video planned for you tonight, but I worked pretty late, and then someone brought to my attention a video, and I just wanted to talk about it for a second. So this is actually one of the most frequently asked questions that I get, so I guess this is okay. Anyways, I don't know who's going to see this, and let me just change hands here real quick. I don't know who's going to see this. It's pretty darn late, but we got to talk about it for a second. If an account is removed from your credit report, you still owe it. Now, if you're a hater, you can go ahead and hate. That is okay. We all have our opinions, but removing something from your credit report as a deletion, as a correction, as whatever, does not relinquish the obligation legally to pay it. Okay, so you can think of your report as just a query run on a database, right? Like you have a database and there's all of these records. Let's just say it's millions and millions and millions of records, right? And all of those records are consumers. So when someone goes and runs someone's credit, or the bureaus give you your report, they do a partial or full, sometimes full, mostly partial, run on that database, and that's your credit report, right? So the same thing for removing something from that database. It doesn't make that account disappear, like entirely. Like, let's say that you went to school, you have this huge ass student loan for like, I don't know, $150,000. Do you think that by removing it from that database that you no longer owe that $150,000? No, dude, you still owe that $150,000. Like, the account didn't go anywhere. Like, it's still there. It still exists. You still owe that 150 grand. It's just that it no longer reports on there. So you can think of a credit sweep, credit repair, credit restoration, whatever, as kind of like sweeping the crap that you don't want other creditors to see under the carpet, right? We're like hiding our secrets, kind of, right? So if we owe Capital One, we have a charge off with American Express. We had a $10 million account. Like, whatever these things are that we're removing from the report, we're just getting rid of our dirty laundry. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to make this so that you understand it, so that we are on the same page, because I get this question a lot, and a lot of people think that it's just like, oh, well, because they couldn't legally verify the account, I no longer owe this medical, this student loan, this freaking charge off, this whatever you want to stick after that, this word, whatever the account is. Like, dude, it still exists. It is still there. They just don't see it when they go and pull your credit report, okay? So it's just a nice, tidy little way of hiding our freaking dirty laundry, all right? That's all it is. That's all it is. So you could take this even a step further. Like, okay, well, if they couldn't legally verify it, how do I still owe the account? Okay, so that's a good question, right? That's a very good question. You have to go a little bit further than that and be able to sometimes take them to court and all that kind of stuff. So we're not going to talk about that right now, but we might talk about it in a future video. I just don't want for a ton of bad information to be out there when that is absolutely not the truth, okay? So when you go and you're removing these, $1,000,000,000 loans and all that kind of stuff, please, please, please know that they can still sue you if it's within the statute of limitations for your state, wherever it originated, right? So like New York is 4 years, California is 4 years, Nevada is 4 years. Like, in those states, they have 4 years to come after you. But then there's other states that are 15. What is it? Wisconsin? I don't know if it's Wisconsin, but there's like two states, one that is 15 years and one that is 10 years. So they have all this time to come after you. So even if, let's just say it hits your report and then like you get it off that year, they still have 10 years or 15 years or 4 years or 2 years or 8 years or 7 years, however many years to come after you in court. And then of course you can say, well, hey, yeah, you're suing me, but you weren't able to legally verify it, and that's why the account was removed. Okay, so then you go into like the whole inaccuracies and factual disputes and all that kind of stuff, and that's why I said that's a totally different video. It's definitely not for whatever time it is. What is it, 1 o'clock in the morning right now? I'm in Nevada. So anyways, the reason why I'm talking about this right now is because, like I said, someone brought a video to my attention where, and a lot of people watch these videos where someone is saying that, and like these are consistent videos. I'm not talking about just like one-time video. Like I wouldn't give a shit if it was like a one-time video. I'm talking about like people watch these videos and this chick is saying like, I'm just going to paraphrase because otherwise it's not really going to matter. But anyways, she's basically saying like, use this method and I promise you that when you get these things removed, whatever it is, a foreclosure, a collection, a charge off, or whatever, I promise you, I guarantee you, you are going to put that money back in your pocket and you are not going to owe it. So not only do you not have to pay to get it removed, which is true, but you can no longer be sued for this account. That is like a $1,000,000,000% incorrect, okay? They can still sue you. You can still fight it, but they can still sue you, okay? And again, this is totally unscripted. This was just something that really bothered me and that I've been thinking about, and then I saw the video. So, and you know, like I said, I did have a totally different video planned. It was going to be pretty awesome. I'll record it tomorrow and then probably post it the next day, but I didn't want to just let this sit and fester on my mind because then it would just piss me off even more. Like when I see these videos, like they really piss me off because it's not just the person who showed me this video that saw it. It's not just me that saw this video. It's not just somebody else. It's thousands of people. So if you can imagine, there's thousands of people out there just for that video alone that think this is true. Now, if you extrapolate that to like the actual population of people that think they don't have to pay for accounts that are removed from their credit report, we're talking about like hundreds of thousands of people because, I mean, if it sounds good, like, hey, I'm just gonna believe it, right? And all the time, these companies, because I don't know if you would consider this person a company, but whatever, they charge for advice and to like fix your credit, right? So, you know, it's a sales gimmick, right? You have all these people telling all these beautiful, wonderful things about credit repair, and there's nothing that is beautiful about this. There's nothing that is fast about this. There's nothing that is nothing about this. It's an ugly process. It takes too long. It's inconsistent with results. I mean, I had this husband and wife who were both my clients at the same time, and this was 2021. It was 2019. So it was like the middle of 2019. They had the exact same accounts, like literally, because they were joint owners, right? So the husband had like super awesome results at 4 months. Like I couldn't believe it. It was like mind blowing because they had charge offs, like a crap load of charge offs. So I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe this dude got like all these charge offs removed within 4 months. But on those same exact accounts, the wife had no movement whatsoever for 8 freaking months. How is that possible when we're dealing with literally the same accounts? Well, you have to look at the different factors, right? You have to look at what day it was sent, what bureau received the letter first, you know, just all these different things. I'm not going to get into all that. I'm just very simply talking about like there are no statistics. And that's another thing when people say, well, you know, how long is it going to take to remove this account? Well, dude, whatever I tell you is probably not going to be it. Like I can give you my averages based on my 10 years experience doing this and how long, accounts like this normally take. But, whatever I tell you is not going to be like probably what you're expecting, because this is why credit repair is not investable. Like what I mean by that is, don't you think that the people who want you to get these loans the most, real estate people, the loan officers, the dealership dudes and chicks, whatever, they want to get you that house, that loan, that car, or whatever, more than you want it, more than you need it, right? So that's their paycheck. That's how they feed their children. That's how they put food on the table, a roof over their head, and all of that. So they want you to have that loan, that house, that car, more than you want to get it. So don't you think that if it were that simple, that fast, that consistent with results, whatever, that they would have some sort of way to even come out of pocket to pay for it, to give it to you, to get it for you to be able to obtain it, so that they can put the food on the table, the roof over their head, their kids in school, their bills paid, whatever. They want it more than you, right? So if there's a way to make it possible, to force it to happen, to guarantee it, to promise it, to make it happen within X period of time, for sure, like, dude, they would make it happen, okay? And it just doesn't happen. Sorry, I'm like switching hands here. So anyways, that's what I mean by it is not investable, because otherwise, when you want to go get your credit repaired, it wouldn't be based on like, I don't know, like less than a couple $100 in a month, like per month, meaning it wouldn't be like $89 per month or $139 per month or like $199 per month. It would all be based on how much you want to remove from your credit report, right? So I actually know of a company that it's, what is it, avoidbk.com. I don't know if it's still an actual website or like a company or whatever, but they do like, it has to do with like debt settlement, right? So they will help you with your debt settlement based on, and the pricing is going to be based on how much they're going to save you. You see, because those are actual figures that they know are going to happen. Okay, so that's a little bit different. So if this were like how everybody thinks that it is, then that's how you would be charged. So if you're getting $30,000, or let's just say, let's make it easy, a nice $100,000 removed from your credit report, then you would probably be paying like $5,000 to $10,000 to get that $100,000 removed from your credit report. And that would be like a sweet deal. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by it is not investable, okay? So anyways, I think I went off on a tangent, but yeah, just don't believe the shit that you hear. This is not a, it's not a pretty service process, whatever. You get what I'm saying? So I know there's not a lot of people here with me right now. There's 11, there were just 7. And I don't know who's going to see this. And I do hope that someone does see this, that needed to see this, and needed to hear it, even if you don't watch or hear this entire thing. I say these things because they're true, to the best of my knowledge and ability and all of that and experience and yada yada. I'm not an attorney, so I'm not giving you legal advice or anything like that. I'm just telling you based on all the stuff that I've studied, that I'm certified for, that, that I've researched, that I've practiced, all of that. To the best of my ability, I'm telling you everything that I know, and I hope that it can actually help somebody, and that someone watching this or watching this in the future needed to hear this, because it's not right, dude. It's not right for someone to sit there and tell consumers who are desperate to get shit off their report, like stuff that they actually really want to believe in. You can't tell people shit like that. to get into their wallet. Okay, it's not right. It's not ethical. It's actually illegal under the, what is it, the fair the Credit Repair Organizations Act or whatever. Like, dude, companies get sued like by the CFPB, and that's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Excuse me, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and attorney generals and all that kind of shit. So, yeah, people actually get sued. Like, companies get sued for like false advertising and lying to their customers. So, you know, I'm sure that these videos won't be around for a long time with this person saying it, but yeah, dude, it just really pisses me off. And I don't like to go to sleep, which is where I am headed now, with this feeling in my stomach and with these thoughts in my head. Sometimes I just have to put it out there into the YouTube sphere and hope that the right person actually hears my message. All right. So anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I am going to bed now. Got a big day ahead of me tomorrow because I have 4 videos that I am making for you. And I do need your help. I need for you to post a comment on this. I'm live right now, but you know, if you see this in the future, whatever, post a comment and let me know what you are struggling with so that I can figure out how to create a video to help you, because I never want to be redundant. I want to make things that actually help you to get where you need to be, because that's why I make these videos. Like, hello. And I guess that's it. So bottom line, dude, if it sounds too good to be true, in this industry, it is, okay? I never, ever, 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 ever lie to my clients. Like, if you get on the phone with me, I'm gonna tell you a ton of shit that you don't wanna hear. Like, you're gonna be asking me about like 90 days, and I'm gonna tell you, no, dude, it's fucking 9 months. Like, where are you getting 90 days from? Like, no, it's not easy to remove 20 charge-offs. No, you're not going to have that happen overnight. No, it's like I turn people away all day. I tell people everything that they don't want to hear. You get what I'm saying? Like, that is what is real. In the middle of a pandemic, when there are people who are desperate and willing to pay, you need to trust the person that is not going to take advantage of you, and that is not going to capitalize off, if you are desperate, your desperation and your desire and need and want to get where you need to be with your credit. All right. So stop believing all the fucking bullshit with all of these other companies and these people and everything that are telling you the things that you want to hear. Okay. So no, I'm not like trying to be like rude, like, excuse my language, whatever, right? But sometimes you just gotta hear it. All right? So stop believing in the shit that is not true, because it's all a sales gimmick, all right? And I also recommend going back to one of my videos that's like top 7 things that you need to ask a credit repair company prior to signing up with them. Because like, for example, and this is the last thing that I'm going to say, but for example, I spoke with someone today who I could help, and I offered my services to, and then they were like, oh, well, you know, I appreciate your time, but like, I've actually, this was via text, I actually found somebody who will do a pay for deletion, and I'm like, oh, dude, that's awesome, right? But within 90 days. And I'm like, oh, well, you might want to go visit my video about the top 7 things that you want to ask a credit repair company to avoid being scammed, okay? Not only is it per deletion, but it is also within a very short period of time, which means, guess what? Bingo, identity theft, police report, fraud, all that kind of stuff, temporary deletions. Once you get those deletions, like, you can't get your money back when they get reposted to your credit report. And once they're reinserted, they're like 10 times more difficult. And they're like, oh my God, I did not know that. I didn't know that. And no, they weren't going to show me the copies of the disputes that they sent out. So I would have never known that it was identity theft. All right. So these are the gimmicks that I am referring to when it sounds too good to be true, especially right now, when you can't even go to like McDonald's the way that you used to, or get gas the way that you used to, or whatever, right? Everything is still like freaking upside down, okay? So when things sound too easy, too fast, too sure, too whatever with your credit, it means that it is not legit, okay? It is not legit. It is not maybe. It is, dude, it's not. All right, so I have done enough talking. I can't believe I'm doing this for like 20 minutes, babbling on, but yeah. So if you've stayed with me from the beginning or since the beginning, I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful night. I will see you guys tomorrow. I gotta go to bed before my 2-year-old gets up and keeps me up all night. So have a great night. If you need resources, it'll be down in the description. It's always in the description for every video for do-it-yourself stuff, as well as a one-to-one call with me to do it for you for a credit sweep to get you better results than you are getting yourself. Or like I said, there's do-it-yourself stuff like the deep dive dispute workshop. Anywho, I will see you later. For those of you that are awake right now, go to bed. Bye guys. Have a great evening.